Welcome to number 2 of the development vlogs, and we're starting this one with some breaking news. In the early hours of this morning, the Promotion Wars Arena gained its 1,500th member, a huge milestone for the official message board of Promotion Wars. It's a nice old school style message board, just like back in the day. It's growing all the time, and my aim is to get to 2,000 before the end of the year. So help me do that by signing up. It's completely free. pwarena.proboards.com. You'll get loads of data packs that you can't find anywhere else. You'll always get the latest stats update at the arena. You can discuss wrestling, post any problems or questions, and it's the very best place to post your ideas and suggestions to make sure they get considered for future versions of Promotion Wars. And a lot of those ideas have gone into Promotion Wars 2024. Speaking of which, let's take a look at some more new stuff. Today I want to show you the options screen. Now, first of all, let's have a look at what it looks like in the 21st anniversary edition, the current version. And now we're going to go into the new version, which has a few more things. So first, we've got 2 pages of global options. These are the ones that will save for every single game you ever play of Promotion Wars 2024 from this point onwards in any data pack. So you got your auto save, that's a new feature. You can put that on or off. You also get to choose that when you start a new game as you're entering what your name is going to be. So it's very easy to switch on and off when you need it. Profile picture is an old one. Commentary speed is old. Deaths. You can have all the deaths, or you can just have the peaceful old age deaths, so no one dies of premature deaths. Height, you can have as centimeters or feet and inches. The other promotions sign-ins you can switch on or off whether you're told about them. Now this is an option that was in the old version, in the current version, but I don't think a lot of people know that you can choose whether your win and loss records reset every year or whether they just continue forever. Of course, in this version you now have draws as well. Birthday messages you can switch on or off. You can choose whether it says stable or faction. So if I was to change that to faction, then every single place in this game where it mentions a stable, it's going to say faction instead. Just a personal choice. Ticker is an old option. Title screen music, yes, there's a little bit of music on the title screen. Don't worry, it's not going to obnoxiously blast your face off with my buddy's rock band from high school. It's just something I'm dabbling with, and you can make it use your own music files. If you don't like it, switch it off. Weekly reviews, you can show or hide. And the weight, just like the height, you can have in different formats: kilograms, pounds, stones, whatever takes your fancy. There's also options for this save only. As it says, this will only affect the save that you're playing right now. Start at the bottom. Because we now have weight stat in Promotion Wars, you can choose at what point a lightweight becomes a heavyweight, and that comes into play with like your lightweight titles. Also from the current version, you can choose a color scheme, and you can switch the heading graphic on or off. That's this picture up here. So, new stuff. Graphics pack. What's a graphics pack? If you think back to the old option screen, you could choose 2 background pictures for the game to use, and it would distribute those throughout the whole game. In Promotion Wars 2024, we have a new improved system. Instead of choosing 2 pictures for your background, you can now use a folder which can contain as many background pictures as you want. It can contain 1, it can contain 1,000, whatever you want, and the game will randomly choose pictures from that folder throughout the game. So you can have 30 different screens with 30 different backgrounds, and that graphics pack folder will also contain the heading graphic, which is this thing up here. So it's all contained in one. So instead of choosing background picture 1, background picture 2, and heading graphic, you just choose a graphics pack. So anyone can make them, anyone can share them, and my hope is that we can have a collection of them on the PW Arena that people can go and download at any time and add them to their game very, very easily. So what you can then do is create your own mix of graphics pack and color scheme, which results in many, many possibilities for how your game looks. For example, maybe you want the red color scheme with the black graphics pack. Click preview to see how that looks. Data packs will come with their own graphics pack inside, but when you download them, you can put them in your main images directory outside of the data packs. So you can tell it to look in that folder where you might find all the ones that you've downloaded. And here's just some example ones to show you. Maybe you downloaded an Attitude Era one, maybe an 80s one full of old school WWF backgrounds. The possibilities are endless. And that same idea now follows through for the people images. You no longer have to just use the people images that are within the data pack. People have requested it before, that when you download the latest stats update, it comes with a lot of image files for the wrestlers, about 2,500 to 3,000, and you don't really want to keep building up a lot of those on your hard drive. So now you can tell it to look either in the data pack or in your main images directory. So for example, I could have had one lot of Frank Fiat wrestler picks stored there, and all the stats updates can just refer to that one folder, whether it's January, April, December, whenever. Likewise, if I'm playing one of the old data packs from RWD team, maybe I have one for the 70s, one for the 80s, one for the 90s, and just keep using that same folder of images. And you can do the same for venue images, which is another new feature in this game. You can tell it to look in a specific folder for those images, rather than having to have all the venue pictures over and over again with every data pack that you download. And finally, you can choose which data pack you link to for images in general. So maybe you had a save game that used a data pack from 2022. You no longer have that data pack. So where's it going to get your promotion logos and your show logos and your belts? You can choose to pull that instead from another data pack. And that concludes your tour of the new options screen. Now finally, I want to clear one thing up. A few people have asked. Promotion Wars 2024 will be free, even when it's on Steam. You will never have to pay anything for Promotion Wars 2024. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, follow, and all that stuff. It's all on the screen now. And I'll see you next week for another development vlog.